Late OP.
Hello. Welcome everyone. This is Sagar Shah and welcome to the first episode of Endgame Deep Dive. And today with me I have one of the students here. By the way, did you like the thumbnail? And you have to guess who that one student is already here.
कौन है भाई?
अरे यार
आप भी मेरा पूरा सब ऐसे ही स्पॉइल करते हो भाई, तो मैं भी आपको ऐसे ही स्पॉइल करूंगा अभी।
भाई ये क्या है सब लोग गैस करते थे
तो वही था ना, मैं भी ऐसे आपने अनाउंस कर दिया ना कल मेरे स्ट्रीम पे कुछ, तो इसीलिए भाई जस्ट गिविंग यू टेस्ट ऑफ योर ओन लूसीना. It's a new phrase that I've started using now.
What is
Giving a
that?
taste of your own lucina.
Means it is like medicine के जगह.
Medicine.
Oh,
Yeah. So Sagar Shah, how are you?
I'm good.
Which disease do you have right now?
I
every month you call सागर शाह, कुछ नया बीमारी हो गया रहता है.
कुछ भी.
सागर शाह के अंदर ही म्यूटेट होता है कोविड अलग अलग. I think you have had all variants of COVID so far, right? But वो बास्किन रॉबिन्स की आइसक्रीम नहीं है, वो कि हर फ्लेवर चखना है आपको भाई. सागर शाह, please move from घाटकोपर यार, go to some other side of the city.
No. I have never even
It's like
when I had
Pokemon, you gotta catch them all. Sagar Shah gotta catch them all.
yeah, but you also got once, no?
No,
अभी
you
तक
you
नहीं
got,
है.
no, I'm all same, bro. Like, you know,
Okay.
I've got bigger problems in life since 1990s.
So
So Sagar Shah, what's
yeah,
up?
Samay, you did a lot of fitness today. It seems, yeah.
Oh yeah, I worked out a lot. I like ran. I did some cycling. Can you flip me first?
You want to flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
वही मजा आया मेरे को आज. My dad sent me a photo of himself when he was my age.
And basically he looks so much better.
Yeah. So then I sent him my bank account.
Not bank account, brother. It means you are asking money. You sent him
I
your
just-
bank statement.
No, I asked him for money only then.
अच्छा मुझे लगा आपने
I said
बैंक
I'm poorer
स्टेटमेंट भेजा.
also. Not only ugly, I'm poorer also. I said. Flip, Sagar Shah.
Okay.
But yeah, I felt very healthy today. I had a healthy day.
Amazing. And are you ready for?
Arey, you
Oh,
got father only. Hello.
hello.
So what up?
Hello.
Arey,
Are we
Vaibhav भाई
live?
कैसे हो? Yeah, we're live.
Oh, sorry. I see some bharwas here. I didn't know bharwas are allowed on Yes Base India. It's not Bharwa Base India.
Yeah, I'm just Biswa. It's like Sagar saying that word has now legalized it on Chess-Based India.
I don't think so, भाई, and I don't want it to be used.
यार सागर आपने स्ट्रीम पे बोल दिया यार ये.
मुझे पता ही. अरे यार मैं क्या बोलूं अभी. मुझे उल्लू बनाया समय ने फिर से. वो बोला कुछ नहीं है, बोलो जो बोलना है. मतलब इट्स अ गुड वर्ड, ऐसे बोला हो. I got trapped.
Great start to the educative stream. मैं सोच रहा हूँ कोई तो 11 साल का बच्चा आया रहेगा सीखने के लिए एंड गेम आज. क्या
कोई
सीख के जा
नहीं,
रहा है
बहुत
अच्छा,
सारे.
sorry.
There will be so many. And apologies to everyone.
Hey, where are you, Biswa? You are in India?
Yeah, I'm in my home only.
अच्छा वो एथियाड्स. अच्छा okay. No, nothing.
I have to get 1 minute.
Nothing.
Yes,
Ignore it. Ignore it. Stupid of me. मुझे लगा बिस्वा इतना डेडिकेटेड कोई तो स्टेडियम में मैच देखने गया, वहां से चेस स्ट्रीम कर रहा है अभी.
भाई ये वैभव ऐसा शर्ट पहन के इंटरव्यू देने क्यों आया? एंड गेम में नौकरी चाहिए क्या तेरे को? Hello sir, I can do end game for you. My previous work experience is opening and middle game, but I am willing to learn end game, especially rook end game is my favorite.
I see myself at 1400 in 5 years again.
I went to IIT Rookie.
क्या था कॉन्वर्जेशन?
कुछ नहीं, हम लोग बड़े लोग अपना बात
यार मत करो यार,
रुक जाओ यार,
Please.
भाई यार.
नहीं, नॉट अलाउड.
सागर आपको क्या लगता है ये कोई फैमिली शो नहीं है कि लोग बैठ के मम्मी पापा के साथ देख रहे हैं?
अरे नहीं, इधर लोग चेस सीखेंगे ना.
Chess. It's chess.
I'm not saying that you are supposed to encourage it. But democracy भी कुछ होती है.
हाँ मतलब कर सकते हैं, बट अभी मैंने ही बोल
नहीं नहीं
दिया
नहीं
फिर
नहीं
क्या
अभी
कर
मैं
सकते?
समझ गया.
नहीं नॉट
भाई मैं तो यहाँ पढ़ने आया था यार. ये कौन से बैक बेंचर्स आ गए मेरे क्लास में. ये आई एम गुड बॉय.
Okay, guys, before everything hell breaks
आप सुना
loose.
दो सागर, नहीं तो एलिमिनेट कर देगा सागर समय.
आपको अच्छा लगा वो वैभव?
बहुत ज्यादा मस्त है यार, मतलब व्हाट अ ब्रिलियंट वीडियो.
अरे थैंक यू भाई भाई भाई.
super funny है. So many parts, all 1 hour. Like I really enjoyed it.
थैंक यू भाई.
Really well done. All
मेरे को
and
बहुत
also
घटिया
like,
लगा और मैं बिल्कुल एंजॉय नहीं किया. Just wanted, nobody asked me but I
लगा बिस्वा को पूछूंगा तो कुछ तो पूरा मैंने उसको पूछा ही नहीं.
बहुत ही
अरे यार क्या बीटी है यार.
I mean, I really like the effort कि ऊँट पुणे में कहाँ से लेके आया तुम.
ऊंट घोड़ा.
हाँ.
भाई वो ऊँट ना पूरा वहाँ का खा गया भाई. सारे पेड़ वेड़ खा गया वो
वो
फंक्शन
तो
हॉल
शुक्र
के.
है डायनासोर
अरे
नहीं है.
यार.
वो तो शुक्र है डायनासोर जिंदा नहीं है.
मैंने तो बहुत ढूंढा था भाई. बहुत ढूंढा मैंने.
लेके लाके तुम.
Hilarious man, that is
भाई और
so
देखो
funny.
घोड़ा 5,000 का है. ऊँट 15,000 का है भाई.
क्या बोल रहा है.
Wow.
एंड गेम
तो
पे कौन सा
देगा.
बिशप इज स्ट्रॉन्गर देन नाइट.
कहाँ से आया था वो ऊंट?
क्या मालूम कहीं से तो आया था. आईआईटी रुड़की से आया है वो.
मेरा एक जोक था एक स्पेशल में कि लोनावला में पहाड़ के ऊपर खाली इंडिया में ही ऊंट मिलते हैं. ठीक है. आते हो लोनावला में पहाड़ देखने ऊंट खड़ा है भाई.
ऐसे
उसका
कोई तो
इकोलॉजी कर दिया. तो ये लोनावला का ऊंट भी
I
हो
think
सकता है.
कुछ दिन में अनुभव मित्तल बनाएगा ऊँटरेंटल.com.
अरे वो कुछ लोग को शादियों में वो उस पे आते हो चढ़ के आते हैं उसको.
वही तो ऊँट रेंटल, इसीलिए तो.
तो इसलिए दे हैव दैट शॉप ओवर देयर. दे सेल एक्सोटिक एनिमल्स. नॉट सेल मतलब दे रेंट.
बिस्वा, आप जो जिसका एक्टिंग कर रहे थे इतने स्ट्रीम में, आप सच में उसको ही मिले क्या वो रील में? वही था ना?
अरे यस.
Yeah, I met him yesterday.
हाउ डिड यू मीट हिम? वाज इट अ ब्रांड डील और समथिंग?
No brand deal. I just went to
Did he
meet
tell
him.
you यार इतनी भी धीरे ऐसे लो पिच पे नहीं बोलता मैं.
नहीं उन्होंने ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं कहा. हमने काफी बातें की और I enjoyed my time. हमने थोड़ी सी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की बातें भी की है और थैंक यू वैभव पर मैं आपसे जुड़ नहीं पाऊंगा. आप I would like to request you to get the hell out of here.
अमेजिंग. मुझे लगा ऐसे ही आप कर रहे हो और यू डिड इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम आल्सो.
Yeah, he's very good sport man. He's very funny also.
But
He's
like,
really funny.
did he find you from your reel?
Yeah.
अरे
अच्छा,
नाइस.
वाओ.
Yeah, he found and he messaged and he was like कि आजा कुछ करते हैं. So I was going.
बढ़िया भाई.
Oh,
एलॉन
nice.
मस्क का भी मिमिक्री करो ना भाई.
इसका
एलॉन मस्क.
भाई काम है भाई एलन मस्क को टेस्ला बनाना दुनिया में. हमारे साथ नहीं बैठा है वो कि मिमिक्री डाल दिए. आ जाओ भाई कैलिफोर्निया मिल लो.
तो आज एक्चुअली मेरे टीम में एक मेंबर है. उसने बोला कि आई विल वॉच द स्ट्रीम एंड जो भी एंड गेम का रहेगा ना, आई विल राइट डाउन वेरी नाइसली एवरीथिंग, ऐसे यू नो लाइक मेक अ नाइस आर्टिकल एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. तो वो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि अभी वो क्या लिखता रहेगा मतलब.
अच्छा हमारा ही गलती है ना क्योंकि आप लोग स्टार्टिंग के बारे में पूछ भी नहीं रहे हो. आप तो बस एंड गेम पढ़ाई जा रहे हो. हम लोग नहीं सुन रहे. हम लोग का फॉल्ट है यार.
The students and teachers started with a lot of nonsense about not about. But then when finally it came to chess, हंसते रहे.
But आज, so today what we are going to learn is something which you might already know a few things, but we are going to learn it at a very like structured level, and then I'm going to no end game, and then I'm going to make you play. Okay, because end game just by passive learning sometimes we forget, so you have to play. Okay, so I'll be playing simul on, I've selected 5 positions. So if you have not understood the concepts well when we are doing, then you will do you will make wrong moves during the playing thing. So you have your real test will be that in all 5 positions at the end you should be able to get the best result against me.
अरे पहला टीचर है जो आज पढ़ाया आज ही एग्जाम.
हाँ, डायरेक्ट. ठीक है. So let's start here. First position, pawn endgame, and we are going to begin with basic defense. This is known as the basic defense in pawn endgame. White king is on e3, pawn is on e4, black king is on e5. What do you think is the result of this position with white to play and also with black to play. Vivaswan says tested COVID positive today, so now have loads of time to binge watch CBI content. Will finish imbalance theory and slow and steady. Well, all the
Silver
best.
lining,
Vivaswan.
man. There is a silver lining in every code.
Do you guys know this already? कि इसका रिजल्ट क्या है, मतलब व्हाट इज द
व्हाइट टू
रिजल्ट?
प्ले तो ड्रॉ है
ड्रॉ ही है ना.
Plays draw.
और ब्लैक टू प्ले भी ड्रॉ ही लग रहा है.
नहीं,
ब्लैक टू प्ले में
winning है ना.
हाँ, जस्ट E6 किंग E6.
अच्छा, किंग E6, किंग F4.
Then king F4,
F6.
king F6. हाँ.
नहीं किंग D6. हाँ, किंग F4 किंग
फिर
F6 इज बेटर.
E5?
किंग F6 या व्हाट? E5?
किंग E6 ऑपोजिशन मिल गया ना मेरे को वाइट को, तो
नहीं मिला है भाई.
मिल गया ना. किंग E4,
किंग E7
किंग F5,
किंग F7
E6,
किंग E7
किंग E5,
E8 किंग E8
किंग F6.
अब नहीं होगा.
हाँ,
किंग
किंग
F
F8.
किंग
नहीं,
F8
किंग F8. हाँ, तो ड्रॉ हो गया.
E7, king E8,
किंग E8 एंड
किंग G7.
this is a draw and it's a stalemate, and this is the defense which you did very well, Biswa. Right now you did perfectly. It is very important to defend this way. So even if it is white to move, let's say in this position, he will place a king F3 or king D3. You must go back. So many times people play king F6, which is still a draw but bad technique, because now king F4, king E6 push. Let's say I'm doing bad technique, तो अभी तक कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, but the moment the pawn reaches the 6th rank, bad technique will come and haunt you.
King E5.
Now it's black to move. So
किंग F8 पे क्या होगा?
here, if you play king F8, that's a huge blunder. Why? Because now king F6 and white gets opposition. So the most important rule now, if you play king E8, E7, king D7, king F7, and I'm going to queen. So the most important rule to remember is that when the pawn reaches the sixth rank, the side that has the opposition has the advantage. Okay, so if you go king E8, king F6, king F8, then it is black who has the opposition here, because you see both kings are standing in front of each other, and it is right now white to move. White has to move away now or push the pawn, and it's a draw. So bad technique will haunt you not at the start. You can always correct yourself. Like for example, here you can go back when he pushes. Now you can play it correctly. You can even do bad technique here. But the moment the pawn reaches the sixth rank, you cannot go here. There's only one drawing move, which is
King E8.
king E8. Very important. And now after king F6, black gets the opposition. Black stands in front of the white king. And it's a draw. Okay, so this is one of the main things I wanted to put pressure on today, is on the sixth rank when the pawn reaches. It is very important to play it carefully over there. So I'm going to show you a few examples and also ask you. Here's the next position. White is 1695. Black is unrated player. ठीक है, Nikolic versus Zarif, and white plays king e3. Black plays king c7. White goes king f4. Black goes king d7. What is the result of this position according to you?
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
Yes.
Why? How are you saying it so quickly?
Because black has reached the key squares before white.
Yes, we are going to talk about key squares in this after this a bit. But just to tell you, king e7. Now he is in front of the pawn here. E6. And now very important move, king e8. So this is now a draw as we just saw. But white is very smart. वो खेलता है king e4. Black plays king e7, king e5, king e8, And now white plays king f5. So you see how white is trying to force black in making a mistake, and black played king f8 here. And what do?
King
King
F6.
f6.
King f6, getting the opposition and winning the game. He went king e8, e7. So it's very you can, if you know this endgame, you can try to fool your opponent a bit. Don't move here directly. Go here, wait for him. Moment he moves, you go here. So the right move here for black is, in order to draw,
e7.
King E7.
king e7 only move. Good. Okay, great. Let's go to one more position. And just to show you that even strong players, this one, black pawn is going this way. Okay, it is queening this way. White to play, what would you play?
King e4.
King D4. King E4.
King e4, very important move. King f6, king f4, e5, king e4, king e6,
King e3.
king e3, very good. This is good technique. He goes king d3. This is still not losing, but bad technique.
कौन है ये player?
He is white is Budayev, Vladislav Budayev. Black is Pavel Lyukin, 1900. King d5, king e3, e4, king d2, king d4, king e2, e3. And now only move to hold
King
is
e1.
king e1.
King
Very
e1.
good. And you are able to hold. If you go king d1, then after king d3, king e1, e2, and he
Bad
won.
technique.
He won the game. Okay. So moving to the pawn on 6th rank, अगर आपको ये समझ गया है now this concept, then this move you can tell quickly white to play. What should white play here? And try to think. And Vaibhav, I would love that you also tell me what should white play here. Vaibhav, the concept is clear, no? Basic
Yeah.
defense wala.
I got a little quiet because I was just thinking that अगर 6th rank पे pawn जब आता है और तभी देखना होता है कि opposition है कि नहीं है. I was just wondering if I have opposition from the 5th rank of the pawn itself, it would remain on the 6th rank or not. I was just thinking.
We will come to it. We are going to talk about it. So right now, just focus on 6th rank. We will come to the behind ranks. So here,
King
If-
B5.
if you are white, is this winning or is this a draw?
It is winning.
This is winning according to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Biswa.
Yeah, it's winning.
Okay. Vaibhav.
I'm sorry, I didn't calculate it, but yeah, it's winning.
So Biswa, your move is
King B5.
king b5 is what Biswa wants to play. Samay.
King a6.
King a6 and Vaibhav.
King b5.
King b5. So both of you want to play king b5. One of you wants to play king a6. Samay, do you think their move also wins?
No.
Why not? Like king b5, what will you play?
King a7.
King b8.
b8, king b6.
King C5.
King c5, king c8. King c5, king c7.
No, king b. Oh.
Oh यार ये देखा नहीं.
पहले थोड़ा ध्यान से बिस्वा. If king b8, what is the key rule that we have learned when the pawn is on 6th rank?
King b6 अगर मैं जाऊँ.
King B6.
The side that has the opposition wins when the pawn is on 6th rank. White has got the opposition.
Got it.
The only problem is it now goes king b8. Oh, then we can go king. King a8. मतलब king c7 we can go, right?
Here, yeah, I mean you don't want to stalemate, correct?
Yeah.
So
king
you
c7.
can go king c7, king d7 and push and queen.
Yeah. Got
Oh.
it.
But king b5,
A7. King a7.
what about king a7?
Yeah.
King c5, king b8 again. क्या? No, but even then white has the opposition.
It's the same thing then again. Yeah.
Oh, then king a6 or what?
What if king is
No, king a6, king d6.
ये तो जीत गया.
King A8 now actually पहले. A7
King A8 वापस.
यहाँ.
I think so.
But then here, I'm
वो जीत
reaching.
गया यहाँ पे. D6 पहुंच गया तो जीत गया.
So here, King B5 is also surprisingly winning because King B8, King B6, you get opposition. King A7, King C5, very good. And if King B8, King B6, opposition. But the easiest and I think the most logical is King A6 because you get opposition here, which Samay mentioned, and then again opposition, and then he goes here and push and push and queen.
Got it.
Okay, so pawn on 6th is good. Now we'll look at the game of a world champion. This game is by Abdusattarov Nodirbek, and you know he recently became the world rapid champion. So black to play here. First white played King F1, and black to play. Would you push your pawn to G3 or not? This is Abdusattarov versus Obolniski. This is Blitz.
Yeah.
You will push?
Yes.
Actually, no. No. Because then white gets the opposition.
But if you take with the pawn,
Huh?
so G3.
G3,
saying-
F takes G3, King takes
No,
G3.
pawn takes G3.
Huh?
After F takes G3, if we go H takes G3, then we
Then-
have the opposition, right?
No, he'll go King G1,
King G1, G2.
G2,
G2.
and
He
then
has to only move his.
Okay, hold on. अगर लिया takes.
And if he initially doesn't, I think I'll push G3. Yeah. Because even if he does not take, even if he goes King G1, then I take on F2, and then it's still not.
If you take with the pawn, then yeah.
So
so
G3
H3 पे,
wins.
G3.
G3 wins.
Beautiful. It's just knowing this thing that when takes, whoever has the opposition wins. So it is white to move. White is losing the opposition. Black has the opposition here. Correct? Black is opposite the king. Whoever is
I'll get
to-
some namkeen in a second and come. Sorry, this summer is giving me FOMO.
I'm telling you, they're chicken nuggets, but in cheese, bro.
But how is this? How can you eat this after working out?
That's why I worked out. So I can afford to eat all this. Why else am I working out?
But then it is like you came down. It's like one win, one
It's
loss.
like when-
Rating 0 हो गया वापस.
वो बिस्वा का जोक था ना कि you turn on the fan and you put the blanket.
हाँ.
Comfort. Isn't it, Vaibhav? Don't you agree to it?
I always eat. Balance out हो गया ना मन में काफी.
Yeah, so it's like balance, right? You have to find a
But you
balance
want to
life.
lose, no? Wait.
No, I want to like just be healthy and guilt free. Like if I eat this without working out, I'll be like, यार क्या खा रहा हूँ? But if I work out and eat, I'm like, I deserve this. What are you eating, Biswa? Wasabi coated green peas.
Oh. कुछ है ही नहीं मेरे पास. घर में ही नहीं रखता हूँ. Okay. So here is a very nice game. This is between Timur Garev, who is white. He played King H2 and his opponent is Roseneck Jonas. This position is a draw.
बिस्वा
But
को ज्यादा रहा है क्या इस पोजीशन से?
Oh man, this position is so close. Dangerous.
okay. So he took, black went here, he gave a check, he went here, he gave a check, he took, now a check, he came here. Now your question is, if you are white here, would you take the pawn on G3 or not?
That's not a pawn. Thank you.
Sorry, rook. And he will take with the pawn.
I don't think I should take.
Try to Vaibhav, try to think of the what we have learned right now.
We are white to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, takes, and then king goes to g1, and then the black king has to lose opposition. No? Oh wait, if g1, king goes to f4.
No, king g1 पे आया तो then black does not have like right now.
Yeah, I think
I
I won't take. Oh,
Yeah.
white. Wait.
Biswa, you're
White-
muted. Sorry,
white won't take, right?
white
Yeah,
won't take.
white should take. White should take so that he can get a draw. Sorry. Yeah, I thought.
White should take
Yeah, white
according
should
to Vaibhav. Biswa
Yeah.
Yeah, white should take to get a
and
draw.
Samay.
White shouldn't take.
Why not?
If you take, pawn takes,
Yeah,
king g1.
yeah.
Now if I go king f4,
King
King
g2.
king g4, I have opposition now.
Yeah, but
No,
but you remember, yeah, like
King
I
G1.
Wapas king g1.
King g1.
And now you go king
But
f2.
you just said
go
if we
king
have
f2.
opposition in the sixth, we win.
When the king is on the 6th rank, if you have a pawn like
Acha,
this,
king is on the sixth rank,
like
not
this,
the pawn.
pawn and king both.
Acha, acha.
King 5th पे है तो then not does not work. Any opposition not.
Okay. King and pawn both have to be on sixth rank
Yes.
for that. No, then I will take. I mean, then it's a draw.
Yeah, okay. So all of you will take. I take back now.
King g1.
King g1.
G2.
Not fair.
Resign.
Wait, what
क्या हो
happened?
गया भाई हमारी जिंदगी में?
दो कदम पीछे आना, क्या हुआ है?
हाँ ये
क्या हो गया भाई?
You
ये क्या-
took, and now imagine if the white king is here, then it's a draw. But the white king is coming here. You see, white, in order to get opposition, has to come to f1.
Oh wait, he can go to h1 instead. Sorry, then he gets opposition.
नहीं तो फिर तो king f. अच्छा, then king f2 is.
नहीं, king h1 is draw ना.
Oh, nice.
नहीं king f2 king f2
अरे king f2 stalemate हो गया भाई. ये king g4 गया तो?
Yeah.
ये सागर शर्मा हमारे जज्बातों के साथ
Diagonal
खेलता है भाई.
opposition ना,
अब
diagonal.
ये draw है कि नहीं है समझ में नहीं आ रहा
And
है.
now this.
Diagonal opposition.
Now,
King g2.
King g2.
yeah, this you know is a draw, right? Now,
King
G1.
f1.
King
King
g1.
g1.
King g1.
g1 by g1.
king f1, king f3.
Never.
g1 by g1.
King g1, and it's a draw. King f1.
So it is a draw then.
So the main thing is that here is an exception to the rule कि knight pawn रहता है तो then
अरे
you
यार।
can go here and
Ninth pawn पे अलग रूल है क्या भाई?
knight pawn पे stalemate comes if you go to the corner. So all pawns, basically we are not touching rook pawns right now. Rook pawn has its own thing because rook pawn drawish रहता है बहुत. But all other pawns, if suppose we just shift everything one file here to your left, ठीक है? Then this is just lost completely because he just does this and you have to move and then queen. But the problem is the corner of the board which is coming here leads to a draw here.
Ah,
So this position is drawn.
got it.
But if it is white to move here, he is losing because he goes king g1, g2. But it is black to move, so it's a draw.
If you could say pass in chess, then a lot of draws would happen. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Pass in chess would change the game completely. Now, let's try to understand opposition once and for all because a lot of people have a lot of doubts. So, when two kings are separated by odd number of squares in between, either one square, it's an opposition. So, which side has opposition here? Can you tell me?
Whoever is
Depending who moved last, that one.
So the person who has to move here loses the opposition. Correct? So right now, black moves here, he loses the opposition. White moves here, he loses the opposition. So here, right now, you can say kings are in opposition, but who has the opposition depends on who is to move. White played king d4. How does black keep the opposition?
king d6.
Maintains the opposition. King e4. And now black played king e7. How does white take the opposition?
King
King
e5.
e5.
Very good. How does white take distant opposition here?
King e3.
Very good. It means on the same file, If you are on the same color, now there are three squares that separate. This is known as distant opposition. If king f6, can you take the opposition now?
King
King
F2.
F4.
This is distant opposition, and here king f4 is direct opposition. ठीक है?
King D4 भी दिखा दो ना, diagonal opposition.
Exactly. So
Oh,
king d4 here is diagonal, and if black goes king f5, how do you take horizontal?
King
King
D5.
D5.
King d5.
I think very useless opposition this one.
It
Because
will-
वो king तो घुस गया.
हाँ ना यार, एक बात बताओ, अगर किंग D4 की जगह हम किंग D3 गए, नहीं, आफ्टर किंग F4 5.
here.
हाँ, now we went king D3, we took diagonal opposition. He comes king F4, we go king D2. He comes king F3, we go king D1. He comes king F2. Now what to do? What?
Now you took this opposition.
But he won, right? He
So
came king
imagine
F1.
that he wants to take pawns here. Suppose white pawn is here, 2 pawns, black 2 pawns are here. So you will not let him enter. You will keep on blocking him. So basically opposition on its own is a useless concept, but when you introduce pawns, it becomes very useful. So it depends when an opposition is useful, when it is not. So don't consider opposition as something very nice. हाँ हमको opposition चाहिए ही चाहिए. It's not like that. It's just to know and use it when it is useful to you. Okay, now comes a very important concept.
Jokes. We're just not making so many jokes.
Obviously, king in itself, opposition in itself is like useless. यहाँ पे मतलब खाली kings में तो game भी नहीं
हाँ,
होता.
correct. So it is just kings, it's no. But I just wanted to explain what is opposition here. Now we come to key squares, and this along with opposition will change your understanding totally. Okay. So when a pawn
नहीं
is
है
on
भाई.
e2, sorry,
King कहाँ है?
हाँ king नहीं है. When a pawn is on e2,
Already my mind is changed, bhai. Already you changed everything.
when a pawn is on e2, which are the key squares here?
D4, E4, F4.
Can you tell me what is key square mean?
king वहाँ पहुंच जाएगा opposition का.
तो वो pawn को रोक लेगा ना?
नहीं मतलब तो
No.
क्या हो जाएगा?
You have to give a proper definition of what key squares mean.
ये वो 3 Idiots वाला सीन आ गया भाई मेरे दिमाग में.
अरे डेफिनेशन नहीं भाई, बस बताओ की स्क्वायर्स क्या है.
अरे वो अप डाउन कर सकता है ना वहां से किंग अगर आ गया E4 D4 या F4 पे तो ओपोनेंट के किंग को ऑपोजिशन नहीं मिल पाएगी.
हाँ नहीं, इट्स नॉट ऑपोजिशन. इट मीन्स दैट इफ व्हाइट किंग कैन रीच एनी ऑफ दीज 3 स्क्वायर्स, व्हाइट विंस दिस एंड गेम,
ओके.
irrespective of where the black king is.
What if
Okay.
the
if he has
black king is on
opposition?
E1?
Huh?
You said irrespective.
If black king is here, then I'll push the pawn. No.
No, but king. आपने देखा king E5 पे था, आप उसको E4 में ले आए, black king
Irrespective
आपका
of wherever the black king is, except
मेरे को ऐसा फीलिंग क्यों आ रहा है कि मैं आज कॉलेज में आया हूँ और आप लोग ऐसा मस्ती मेरा मजाक उड़ाने के लिए आए हो.
नहीं आपने बोला तो मैं सोचने लग गया कि there must be a place for the black king where this is losing for.
मतलब
Anyways.
टीचर जो पढ़ा रहा है उसमें लूपहोल निकाल लेगा तो धर्म है ना स्टूडेंट्स का.
ओके, अगर E3 पे पॉन जाता है तो विच आर द की स्क्वायर्स नाउ?
D5, E5, F5.
So it means if white king is on any of these squares, white wins. And
Unless
if I push...
black king is on E2.
Now it's gonna be gnawing in Sagar's head every time.
Yeah, I'll say please don't consider the king has come from behind. Here, if the key squares are these, so basically it's always one square छोड़ के. And now if the pawn goes on E5, can you tell what the key squares are?
D7 E7 F7.
Yes,
And D8, E8, F8.
no, that of
Oh,
course
sorry.
that could also be, but these are also the key squares. So if
Okay,
white
got it.
king is on any of the 6 squares, that's why if a pawn is on 5th rank, its chances of victory become more because you have now 6 key squares. White king is here, bas khatam, game over. You don't have to look where black king is.
What if they have a rook also? What?
तो अगर मतलब गेम में कभी ऐसा हो रहा है कि सारे एक्सचेंजेस के बाद अपना एक पॉन बच रहा है और आपका
हाँ।
किंग अपना किंग है,
की स्क्वायर पे आना है बस. You have to come on the key square and you win.
And make sure black king is not behind your pawn. Sorry, it's a caveat I have to keep putting.
And now when the pawn reaches the 6th rank, what is the thing you have learned? There is nothing like key squares here. What is important?
Promotion.
Opposition. ठीक है? Opposition is important. If your king is here and black king is here, it's a draw. I mean white to play. But if it is if he is here, then you can push and you can win. So whoever has the opposition has the advantage when the pawn is on the 6th rank. But the king has to be on the 6th rank. Okay? Not king e5 and king e7. Not that opposition. White king on 6th rank. ठीक है? Okay, let's go to one position now, and you guys tell me, this is tough one now. Who is winning here? It's white to play. Notice where the key squares are.
White is winning, no? White is reaching d5 first. King g2, king g7, king f3, king f6, king e4, king f. king कहाँ जाएगा अभी?
आप बोलो. King
King
आपने खेला था.
e6. ठीक है, तो king d4, king d6.
What happened? Who's winning?
अच्छा अभी तो ड्रॉ लग रही है भाई.
Very
एक
good.
सेकंड रुक जा भाई.
who to move है ये आपने बताया.
White to move. So firstly, it's
No,
very
there is a
important.
way. There is a way.
White to move.
There is-
I don't think white can win. I mean, I think
Look,
black
look, look.
is still key squares before.
अरे भाई, start with king h2,
King h2, king g7,
फिर भी
king g3,
king f6.
king f4.
वही बात होगी ना, तो king
हाँ वही
e6.
बात हो गई. मैं I just want to get opposition and push him away.
समय वही बात नहीं हुई, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. So now look what has happened. Firstly, king h2, king g7, king g3, king f6, king f4.
And now you have to
all
make
of
a
a
move.
sudden, when you
Oh.
go here, I come here. You go here, I come here. Now you will see that opposition is with
White.
white.
Crazy.
And
Oh, yeah.
these are the key squares here because the pawn is here. So now you will have to cede control of any one of these three squares. So what you did when you played king h here, when Biswa went king h2, he was very smart. Yeah, he was trying to be like tricky. So
I should have gone king h7 क्या?
what should you do now? Let's say king g7, king g3. Now careful.
Okay, now I have to be careful. Oh, I can come king g6.
King g6. Why is this a mistake?
Oh, he'll come king g4.
King g4.
How to take distant opposition then?
Here white has the opposition, but opposition on its own is not, there is no point. You have to look at it in relation with key squares. You have to stop the black king from coming there to
Then king
this.
f7.
Very good. King f7.
And if king f4, we come ahead.
King f6. I
F6.
stop you. You go here, I stop you. You go here, I stop you. I don't let you come to the key squares.
सागर यही पोजीशन पे white to move, how is it winning?
So
नहीं,
here,
king d4 और king d4, king d6.
you mean
अभी बोले कि यार
this.
opposition white के पास आ गया. हाँ.
So now let's say it's black to move here in this position. You go here. What will I do?
a5.
Oh, king e5, right? Yeah, sorry.
Key squares. Correct?
Oh yeah, I got it. Sorry.
And now next move, if you go here, I'll again take opposition. I could even push the pawn. That was also winning. Outflank. After taking opposition, when you move to one side, I move to the other. It's called outflanking. And now I will push the pawn. So just for your understanding, here you don't even. What do you do now?
I mean, if you're with it, you do king d7.
King?
King d6.
Do you play d6 now?
King d6.
No, I'm asking, do you do d6? Is that winning?
King d6. It is winning, right?
No,
We
king
get the
d6
opposition.
is winning, but pawn d6.
Oh, pawn d6.
No, it's not winning.
No, then he
King
comes king
E8.
e8.
Exactly. When you push the pawn and he gets the opposition, it's a draw. Because the pawn is on the sixth and whoever has the opposition gets the favorable result. So coming back to our initial position, Biswa's try was very interesting here. But in order to thwart it, you need king f7. King f3,
F3.
I keep opposition. King e7. King e3, you still keep opposition. And now, if here I play king d7, your main issue is you cannot step here. Because there's a pawn already. So you can't keep the opposition. The moment you come up, I take the close opposition and draw.
Yeah, but don't do that.
Then what you will do?
Hold on.
If you go from below now, what should black do, guys?
King c7.
Possible, but let's try to be more accurate.
King C6.
King c6 could be good, or even when he's here, why not take the opposition king d6?
Distant
यार
opposition.
कोई तरीका होगा यार.
क्या यहाँ
ऐसे थोड़ी है.
here
रुको. नहीं मत करो.
ये ड्रॉ है, पता है ना, this is draw what we just
Yeah,
studied
okay.
at the start.
Yeah,
Push,
yeah.
push, go behind the pawn, take opposition, go behind the pawn, here or here?
पीछे
There.
d8.
D8, very good. Here and draw. Always keep your king in front of the pawn, ठीक है, in order to draw. Don't go to the side unnecessarily, here or here. Keep it inside.
तो, sorry. I'm sure there's a way to win.
This.
Yeah. King H2.
By flagging only, I think so.
नहीं होगा, कुछ तरीका होगा.
So this
King h2 पे कुछ
position,
नहीं है, king g2 पे कुछ नहीं, तो king g1 ही बचा है फिर तो.
but Biswa, just think of it this way. You want to reach here. It takes you 1, 2, 3 moves. And then to reach. And black is coming here in 1, 2. Basically 3 moves here. So black can hold this and this position is a draw.
सागर, अगर किंग सपोज d5 पे है, व्हाइट का किंग d5 पे है, and the black king, whether it has opposition at that point of time with d7 or not, is immaterial.
Sorry?
Suppose king,
Sorry?
white king is at d5.
Huh?
White king reaches the d5 square.
Okay, I'm just making random moves.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's draw looking.
White king reaches d5, which is the key square. Oh, so अभी एक मूव पीछे जाना. मतलब हाँ, अभी black, अच्छा कैसे?
Say, let's say black, white does this, black goes here. Like this you want?
Then white goes on d5. Yeah. Now white has opposition and it will win, right?
Yes.
But black had opposition over here.
Even if black had the opposition, I'll push the pawn. So you will then have to give me opposition because I have a waiting move. So you go here, I outflank.
Okay. Square पे आ गए तो हार गए.
Key square पे आ गए तो you win the game.
हाँ मतलब वही opponent.
हाँ.
हम लोग क्या करेंगे पता है? हम लोग की स्क्वायर पे आएंगे फिर हार जाएंगे. Special talent.
Fifth move पे की स्क्वायर पे आ जाएंगे कोई तो pawn के और बोलेंगे जीत गए भाई.
की स्क्वायर पे आके मैसेज करेंगे, dude you should resign, don't you know? Okay.
The question here is, after king f3, what should black do?
King F7.
It's very important, yeah. If you go king f6, king f4,
King
white
F4.
wins. Because I will get one of these 3 squares. You go here, I come here. You go here, I come here. Now I will get one of the squares. So here, after king f3, king f7, now it looks like you're so close here to reach, but block. I will not let you. So here opposition comes in very handy. The moment you push your pawn, your key squares move even further ahead. Now your king इधर पहुंचना तो impossible हो गया king के लिए. Okay, let's look at one more example to put this into your head. I know that this is a little complex. In this position, black played king f4 and white resigned. Do you think it's a good move? Like white side अभी मेरा pawn मर रहा है, I'll resign.
व्हाइट की बारी ना अभी तो.
व्हाइट का पॉन क्यों मर रहा है?
मर रहा है ना व्हाइट का पॉन, क्योंकि किंग D4 के बाद किंग F5. आप कहीं भी जाओगे किंग E4.
हैं?
किंग
क्या बोल
D4.
रहा है?
व्हाइट की बारी किंग D4.
किंग D4,
किंग F5.
हाँ, किंग C4,
किंग E4.
नहीं किंग E5 ना.
नहीं E4 ना.
E5, E4 both you lose the pawn.
okay.
So
Hold on, hold on.
resignation is
No,
a
no, 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 no.
correct decision here by white.
एक बार ऑफर ड्रॉ करके देखना चाहिए था.
हाँ बट ठीक है, डिक्लाइन कर दिया.
रुको एक सेकंड.
और एक बार फिर 2-3 बार तो करने का चाहिए. कम से कम एक बार गलती से कर देता है
किंग
कभी.
C3,
टाइम प्रेशर में ओपोनेंट एक्सेप्ट.
किंग C3.
किंग C3 पहले ही.
किंग C3,
किंग E3.
Oh, किंग.
हैं? किंग E3.
हाँ.
हाँ, पकड़ा साले ने.
Okay, किंग E4.
किंग B4.
किंग B4 सीधा. क्या स्पाइडरमैन है क्या किंग?
नहीं किंग E4.
अच्छा उसके बाद अब फिर तो किंग D4.
हाँ फिर तो खत्म हो गया ना.
ओके सर, मैं गलत
White
ये
को
गलत खेल दिया.
किंग
ये
C4
गलत खेल दिया
जाना
सर.
है.
एक सेकंड.
White
यहाँ पे हाँ किंग E3 खेला ना तूने?
हाँ यहाँ
किंग
पीछे आओ.
C3, किंग E3.
किंग C3 भाई सागर भाई किंग C3 पे था. हाँ किंग E3.
किंग E3.
किंग C4.
किंग C4 पे तो किंग
ये
E4
तो
ना.
खा लेगा, वो खा जाएगा. रुक, एक और स्क्वायर निकालना पड़ेगा इसे.
अरे 4 स्क्वायर है भाई.
नहीं रुक.
अरे
Guys,
किंग के बाजू में 4 स्क्वायर है. चारों पे देख लिया
please
आपने.
think carefully. This end game, you guys, the main thing is you have to develop a temperament of thinking in end games, which is lacking. It's not only about what I'm teaching, पर आप लोग सोचते नहीं हो कि कैसे जो concepts अभी सीखे हैं, whatever you have learned, how to apply them. Like this is a pawn. Which are the key squares for that pawn, for the black king? It's going this way.
D4 C4.
So how does now think, now take all of that into consideration and tell me if white is losing or is this, what is the result here?
मतलब मैं ऐसे देखूं कि व्हाइट का किंग कभी
अरे
के की स्क्वायर पहुंचेगा कि नहीं, वो तो नहीं पहुंच रहा है.
अरे भाई पता है क्या सीन होगा कि वो पॉन दे देगा वाइट, लेकिन फिर भी ड्रॉ होगा क्योंकि कुछ तो की स्क्वायर का होगा लोचा, है ना.
How?
ऐसे
एक
तो होगा,
जीनियस. वाह समय जीनियस.
है ना.
हाँ वो तो मतलब वो तो समझ आ गया था सागर के हिंट से कि तुम लोग सोचो.
So
Hey.
here, if
किंग D2.
let's say I play this, you go here, correct? I wait, you go here. Now I wait, you take, and now remember, if this pawn is here, what are the key squares? These three. So what should white play?
किंग D3.
किंग D3.
Draw.
Oh my god.
So even if you lose a pawn, but if you have the opposition and you don't let the king come on key squares, it is winning. It's a draw here. Okay. Please keep all of this in mind. We are coming towards the end of the theory. You will have to play now. So
डन. अरे यूजुअली क्या होता है साहब पता है कि जब तक अपना एंड गेम आता है ना तब तक एक ही 10 सेकंड 15 सेकंड रहते हैं अपने पास. फिर उसमें कौन सोचे अभी ऑपोजिशन.
this is the wrong way to think, Samay, because if you can play in those 10-15 seconds really well, you will win more games.
I agree. But if you play fast, opponent will blunder even if he has opposition.
Okay, here is one game. This is between Fung Hong Thu versus Nguyen Trung Hiu Hien.
भाई ये कैसी पोजीशन है भाई.
ये वियतनामीज गर्ल्स अंडर 11 चैंपियनशिप का गेम है. ब्लैक प्लेड रूकी 5, व्हाइट वेंट हियर, ब्लैक टुक, पॉन टेक्स, एंड नाउ वी कम इनटू दिस एंड गेम. हाउ विल यू प्ले एज व्हाइट हियर? जस्ट कैलकुलेट इन योर हेड अ लिटिल बिट, प्लीज थिंक इन योर माइंड.
मतलब मेरा स्ट्रैटेजी तो मेरे को क्लियर है कि मेरा somehow I have to give the E pawn and take the G pawn so that I reach the key square and then I go ahead. That is my strategy. I would go king f3 for that.
King f3. What will black play?
So if black goes king
King F6
6,
only, no?
Yes.
yeah, then I go king g5.
King g4. Correct? King
King
g4.
g4. King g4. And अगर वो king वापस e6 गया, then I take the pawn and then I'm like,
And now the thing is, he won't go here, he will go here.
yeah. And then so if I, wait a second, now if I take the pawn, he takes, I take.
Now what is this position according to you? Just in 5 seconds you must tell me what is the result of this position.
Winning for white.
Why?
Because
Black king
king is
can't
sitting on
be-
key square.
Yeah.
White king is on the key square. You don't need to think anything. When the pawn is on g2, these are the 3 key squares here. एक rank छोड़ के we discussed, right? So once your king is here, you are winning. So king f5 was played. What will you play here? You know, the girl played
King
g4.
h5.
नहीं,
King H5.
How do you like this move?
No, I don't.
Hey, it's not good.
Blundered, and she
Ah.
drew. Actually, she won the game, but we will go. It was a comedy of errors. But now the key squares have just gone very far off. So here the right move was
h5.
King H5.
fantastic, guys. King h5, well done. Here,
King
King
h6.
H6.
but now this.
King H5.
Now I go.
Now G4.
Yes, g4. Now you need these 3 squares as key squares. So if black stops you, then
King G5 opposition.
very good. Taking opposition here.
Here we can
King,
give King
F6.
H5 and just irritate for 1 second.
King f6.
Okay, you can do that, and then you can play king f6, outflanking. Let's say I go king g8,
King G6.
King g6.
king h8.
Now King F7.
भाई एक सेकंड स्टेलमेट तो नहीं हो रहा है
नहीं नहीं
हो
अभी कहाँ pawn ही नहीं अभी कहाँ
ठीक है।
king f7 सही है, क्योंकि वो आ नहीं पाए. हाँ, एक ऊपर आएगा pawn g6.
सागर शाह मन में गाली दे रहे हैं हमको भाई.
Here. Careful, knight pawns. There are stalemating possibilities as we have learnt. So
King
careful.
f6 I think.
King
नहीं नहीं King
F6.
f6 में मर जाएंगे।
नहीं सही तो है King F6. क्या दिक्कत है King F6 में?
अरे भाई King
हाँ, king
g8
f6 right,
हाँ,
yeah.
तो King G8, King G6 opposition मिल गई भाई.
I think
हो
king
गया.
f6, yeah.
Now remember one very important thing you have learnt. When the pawn is here, all these squares are winning. Correct? So you are still winning this game. Remember, but you need the right technique. You can't just keep pushing the pawn.
King f8 ही खेल दो भाई।
King f8, king h7. He's coming here. So you need
King
to.
f6.
We are in the key square. No,
So you are saying king f6. I will play, say here.
King g6
King g6.
I do this.
King
King
F7.
h6
Oh.
King h6 खेलो ना।
King.
हाँ,
हाँ, हो
king
गया, जीत
h6.
गया।
King h6.
I like this one also because here. No,
He
this,
always has
this,
an
no,
escape
this
here.
does not work, right? G6, king h8, g7, king g8.
Draw हो गया ना ये
Draw.
वापस.
So here, the right move was king f. Here you can also start with king here.
King यहाँ पे तो draw हो जाएगा ना सागर भाई.
नहीं, अभी मैं ये करूँगा.
Yes.
I got the
Yes.
move.
The opposition.
तो हुआ क्या लेकिन difference क्या था?
Gave him the opposition.
So you did like king f6, king h7, sorry, king g8, king here, king here, king here, and then you pushed. This is a draw. But I pushed it at a different time.
पर वो कैसे पता चलता है वो कब टाइम है वो?
So
Like,
so here,
opposition दे दिया.
वो मुझे full confuse हो गया मैं ये वाला
but
भाई.
even king f6, what you said is correct.
But like how like I remember one day Sagar bhai had called you on the phone for this position, same position.
So here, just remember that you cannot push the pawn; it's stalemate. Correct. So this you know.
Yes.
So
How to rem-
you go king g6. Suppose here.
Okay.
Now your only thing is I'll bring my king to h5 and I'll push the pawn. बस और कुछ नहीं करना है आपको.
पर
Because-
अभी इससे पहले की वेरिएशन में ऑपोजिशन अपने पास आ गई थी तो ड्रॉ हो गया था ना.
हाँ, but
अपना
the
king h6
pawn
पे
was
था.
on 6th rank ना. So here I go here. Now if you think logically, you push the pawn. Who has the opposition here?
Black.
What we
Black.
learned? No,
White does.
Sorry,
No?
white.
White has the opposition because white is here. We learned this. The pawn is on the 6th rank, so you're winning.
अभी
This,
अगर मान लो कि अभी अगर व्हाइट की बारी होती है इस पोजीशन
हाँ,
में,
तो हमने क्या किया लास्ट टाइम वी डिड दिस. You went like this, I went here, you went here, I went here, you went here, I went here.
हाँ.
Now you pushed. Now who has the opposition?
अच्छा,
Black.
so we have to calculate that who if on 6th rank who has the
Yes,
opposition.
6th rank, both pieces are there. Who has the opposition will have the favorable result.
अरे यार,
So here king g6, king g8, king h6, king h8, g6. White has the opposition, white wins. Okay, here is one tough one for you guys because you have done this. White to play. What do you play here? Black pawn is coming here.
white to play.
White to play, yes.
King b1 na to take opposition, distant opposition.
And now first thing, key squares. Where does the black king want to be?
On b3, c3 or d3.
Very good. So here you need to stop him from getting there. So you use distant opposition with king b1. Very good move. Now if he goes here, what do?
King b2.
Yes. Now you get closed opposition. And he cannot come to the key squares. Draw.
Yeah. You know, the main problem that happens with me is that usually king pawn end games where there is more than one pawn, right? So sometimes you can't go to some squares and all of that. Like for
So-
example, अगर कुछ उसका pawn होता अगर अभी e3 पे, तो we couldn't come to d2 in the future.
Correct. So that we will add. But first your basics, when they are good, we will add the pawns. You will then be able to use it just like how you could do simple tactics at first and now you are able to do complicated. Is the same in endgame. Just practice. Okay, so here very good move and you guys found it very quickly, king b1. Because if you did anything else, you are losing. If you go king a2, why are you losing?
King c4.
King a4 or king c4 both win, because here also eventually you will get the opposition and you will get these three squares, but king c4 is the fastest and you get here. Now imagine that he goes here king b2,
King b4.
king b4 getting the opposition,
King c4.
and now you will outflank him and you will push the pawn through. Great. Okay, here is one very famous game, Spielman versus Duras.
अरे ये वाला
पता है?
नहीं.
White played this move. Now, what should black play here? Think carefully, and think about all the key squares, opposition, everything. Do you want me to flip the board? Black to play.
King g5, king g4, g5. King g5 na?
But king g5, now you are forced to take. King takes and
We get the opposition.
very good. And the point is, if the pawn is here, which are the key squares?
G4, f4 and e4.
So very good. King g5, take. You got the opposition and you will reach one of the three squares.
Got it.
And you win. Vaibhav, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get the first position now. Here, and we'll see how much you guys have learnt. I will send you a link. Okay.
Okay.
And you have to click on it. We will play on play these positions out, and I will play a simul. Means basically you guys will have the same position, and your task is to beat me basically.
अरे nice.
किंग पॉन साइमल दे रहा है सागर से।
अरे मैं बोला
पढ़ाई लिखाई करके
आप एक दूसरे के
दुनिया भर का चेस पढ़ के किंग पॉन साइमल।
किस पे दे रहे हो चेस कॉम?
मुझे उधर पोजीशन पे कोई पोजीशन पे कैसे करना आई डिडंट नो, सो आई हैव डन ऑन ली चेस, बट
Okay, that's why you learn only chess.
I mean I can do anywhere. Yeah, you tell me
It's okay.
where to
Today
do.
is all about promoting rival brands anyway.
ये कौन सा ब्रांड है? अच्छा, एक्सक्यूज
क्या आकाश गुप्ता का ना भाई?
कैन आई सेंड यू ऑन व्हाट्सएप द लिंक?
Yes.
या Zoom chat पे भेज दो.
Zoom chat is also okay.
तीनों एक
Yes.
साथ आ जाएंगे ना एक जगह पे
Hmm.
तीनों को एक ही लिंक है ना
हाँ ये रहा भेजा
सागर भाई टेंशन ले लिया हम लोग थोड़ा ज्वाइन
चलो भाई ऑल द बेस्ट भाई एक तो हरा ही देगा इनको
आपका आईडी क्या है
मेरा
हम्म
मेरा आईडी क्या है गुड क्वेश्चन यार रुको लेट मी ट्राई हाँ आया मैं ये मेरा वो था भाई ऑल्ट अकाउंट था ये मैं सीओबी के टाइम रिपेयर कर रहा था इससे
भाई लिंक एक्सपोज हो चुका है बहुत
अरे
लोग आ
नहीं
गए
नहीं वो मैं ही हूँ वो
तो आइवर डेयर 7 कौन है
हैं
नहीं आपका नाम क्या है
मेरा निशी पुरोहित है भाई
हाँ ठीक है तो मैंने आपको एक्सेप्ट किया आपका क्या है बिस्वा
विश्वरथ
विश्वरथ और आपका वैभव
मेरा वैभव सीढ़ी है बट आ क्यों नहीं रहा
भाई उस पर साइन इन नहीं किया होगा आपने टॉप राइट पे
किया हुआ है
साइन इन वो लिंक पे क्लिक करो फिर साइन इन करो
मतलब साइन इन तो पहले से ही किया हुआ था मैं अभी
ओके आई नो बिस्वा इज द इंजीनियर हियर
I'll just click here and see.
तो शायद लिंक पे क्लिक नहीं कर रहा है वैभव
हो सकता है
वैभव you can copy paste the link rather than clicking
Yeah.
on it
Okay, I'll just try that.
राइट क्लिक कॉपी
many times what happens is when you click on it it opens in a browser where you are not signed in
No, I'm signed in. Like I can see my name appearing on the top right corner. I don't know why it's.
Vaibhav Sethia is here you need to click on join Vaibhav
अच्छा आपने ज्वाइन नहीं दबाया क्या
अरे यार ये
यही डिफरेंस है आर्किटेक्ट और इंजीनियर में गाइस
ओ भाई भाई वाह
इसके आगे एक और विंडो है
okay so you have 5 minutes here you are white I am black and guys this is the so please do
वाइट टू प्ले
you guys are white please think and play your move okay and make sure that you guys have to win this ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी खेलना है so this think properly समय has already समय इतना फास्ट मूव कर दिया
हाँ मैंने तो प्रीमो का रख दिया विन तक
यार मैंने भी खेल दिया तो आप कोई खेल ही नहीं रहा आपके साथ ही था हाँ ठीक है
खेलो ना भाई सागर भाई
खेल रहा हूँ
नहीं आता है तो एक बार वापस देखो जो सिखाया है
so guys this is Vaibhav right now here you can see the name
सागर भाई जानबूझ के आपने ऐसा क्रेजी मूव खेला ना ताकि कंफ्यूज हो जाऊं मैं
हाँ कंफ्यूज तो करूंगा ही ना मैं
वो तो आपने कर ही दिया आज के एक्सप्लेनेशन के बाद
भाई एंड गेम इज लिटिल
अरे
डिफरेंट
सॉरी भाई मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था यार सागर भाई आप तो ट्रिगर ही हुए
okay Vaibhav you have won I have to resign well done
लेट्स गो
Vaibhav has beaten me and okay Samay also has played the right move okay fantastic start all of you have won
crazy
resign I've lost all the games so fantastic and so basically you understood the main crux of this first position and I'm very glad that all of you didn't fall for this trick so let me just bring up the so यहाँ पे I was very happy that all of you played king f5 and then to king g8 you did no one went king f6 everyone went king g6 and then you went king f8 king f6 so king e8 e7 king d7 king f7 fantastic okay so the first position you guys have cracked it now the second position now very tough one okay मतलब directly you guys have okay quite
आर्किटेक्ट टू इंजीनियर
टफ है पर देखते कितने इसमें से तुम लोग कितने लोग इसको सॉल्व कर पाओगे मतलब तीनों whether you would be able to do that or not
भाई मुझे किसने चैलेंज भेज दिया यार मैंने गलती से एक्सेप्ट कर लिया मैं आउट ऑफ द रूम
No. I will make a new link now. We can't do it on the same.
अच्छा अच्छा.
So give me a second.
और भाई मस्त लग रहे हो. That's your new house. क्या behind you?
Yeah. This is Neha's room actually. I get it part time.
Okay, I am sending you guys. नया link भेजा है. Can you please check it?
Yes sir.
Okay, let's start. This time you guys are again white,
Oh man.
and
Very difficult.
your task is to win this. I'll flip it for everyone to see. Please calculate, please understand everything related to key squares and play this. Think you have your time. No one should be drawing this game. Okay, because, or I don't know, if it's a draw, then I don't.
You will not win in anyone. That I can assure you, bro.
That is for sure. But a draw is my victory.
Yeah.
Gaurav Chakrabarti, Akshay Mohan, very good. World of Wit, well done. This is
तो खतरनाक पोजीशन है भाई.
Vaibhav. This is. Oh, you played, yeah? Who played this?
I did.
Vaibhav. Okay, Vaibhav. I will play King Isa. And Samay has also played. Okay. So let's split this. Samay, did you know this position?
No. I realized I have to reach the key square, so it's the easiest way to reach.
Biswa, you have not played anything.
No.
You're thinking. So you see, guys, in against Vaibhav, I've managed to reach, not let him take the key squares.
Yay.
So you got to the key square, one of them.
Yes.
Abhi mannequin, how can I try and trick you? Now, Samay, remember, king on 6, pawn on 6, that thing which we have learned, the side which has opposition. So you can think whether you want to push the pawn directly or you want to still. Guys, think, should Samay push this or not? Is it a good move? Biswa making full use of his time. Samay, you pushed it.
Sorry.
No, I'm asking. Why sorry?
Yeah.
Did you think and push?
Yeah, I did.
You got it right. Now you have the
Yeah.
opposition. Very good. Fantastic. Resigned. Well done.
Hey.
Well done. Samay.
Hey,
well
mate
done.
तक तो खेलो ना सागर भाई.
Arre. But very good that you did that. Excellent. Now you can
Biswa is
relax
still
a
playing,
bit.
yeah?
Biswa is still thinking for his first move.
Arre.
Vaibhav is in this situation. Vaibhav, what do you think? This is winning for you?
I don't know. Wait, I have to. I don't think.
Vaibhav, you need to reach the key squares. Can you reach the key squares? When the pawn is on the 5th rank, which are the key squares?
I can't reach that. But when my pawn is on the 6th rank, I can get again opposition.
How? I won't let you.
Just thinking, am I? Can I?
Biswa, you have now just 1
Yeah, but I
minute
can't
44,
find the answer.
43 seconds. Oh, you have to play. It's a game, yeah? You have to play.
Hold on.
You can't lose on time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm losing only. Uh,
So here, Biswa, now you can't take the opposition.
yeah.
And basically, this is a draw.
Even I can't, I think.
So here, Vaibhav, you can finish like
Yeah, I don't think I can. I mean,
king
there's no.
b7.
Yeah, it's a draw. I resign.
This is a draw, yeah. And Vaibhav, what is the best move here for black in your game?
King d8.
King b8, very important. King c8 means you can win, but I won't let you. Ah, look at Vaibhav, very good. Vaibhav, you are trying to fool me. Draw.
यार ये क्या था?
Okay, so only Samay was able to solve this correctly, and it was not easy, but it was very logical. If I show you the solution, you guys will be like, "हाँ यार ये तो मतलब very logical." So this was the position that you guys played with white. Now, what are the key squares here?
C6, B6, A6.
Yes. So the thing is, my king can take control of this square very quickly. So if you go from here or here, then you cannot get. But the farthest square is this. So the right way to begin is king c2.
यार
Threatening
मैं
me
भी
to
यही
reach.
सोच रहा था, पता नहीं मैंने चला क्यों नहीं इसको.
And now
Opposition.
opposition, and I will get here and I will win.
यार I thought of this. I don't know why I didn't play it also.
So right now the score is 4 out of 6. Let's go to the next one. Samay
Ending
is
बना
on
रहे हो?
sorry.
Are you sending a new link?
Yes. This one is very interesting. I think this one, if any of you can solve it, I'll be super impressed. Super. Okay, and you have 5 minutes only. Will be white. Okay. So I'll take black and here. What? I have put the link in the Zoom chat. ये वाला.
आ गया.
Guys, try to think well in this one, and Biswa, try to figure out. Samay, you have not come yet.
I'm here.
Okay, your task in this one is that you have to see you are white basically. तो आपको क्या करना है वो आप देखो. Whether you want to win, lose, draw, I don't know. You have to think. This is a tough one. So guys, they are white. Pawns are going this way. Also think, guys, in this position, how are you able to play as white? White is a pawn up, but please understand the concepts of opposition, distant opposition, and key squares. Whenever there is one pawn left on the board, try to think which are the key squares in the position. If the side with the pawn gets its king on the key square, it will win.
Okay, got it. कैसे करना है भाई?
Okay, so Samay has made his move. Krishna Kaushik asks, do we have to draw or win? You have to think. It's a game. You have to think. So Samay, you have got the opposition, but remember I am already on the key square. So उधर opposition का कुछ फायदा ही नहीं.
अच्छा है नहीं है क्या?
नहीं, when the opponent's king is on the key square, he wins irrespective.
अरे यार.
Once again, Vaibhav, my king is already on the key square. Do you see the pawn is on f7?
I saw till there.
So now I win irrespective of whether I have the opposition or not, as we discussed.
Wait, so, yeah. I thought, just if I had gone like G3 here, no, it's still not there. Yeah.
He's smart, huh? Samay. Very, very smart trick. If I push the pawn, king h1 is a draw.
अगर पकड़ा गया तो कैसे स्मार्ट भाई?
नहीं, but फिर भी it was a very good attempt. So, what happened, Biswa?
Lost.
Why?
I don't know. There's no way to
You
win.
gave up. Okay.
Yeah, I resigned.
Okay, but Samay, now you can resign.
I will flag.
Okay, so going to this position, I think this was one of the most difficult ones, but also one if you understand, you will get the concept very nicely of everything from distant opposition to key squares to everything. So
Wait, just
here,
give us one more minute, maybe like once we lost. Can we take like 30 seconds?
okay,
डिस्कस कर लें क्या?
हाँ डिस्कस कर सकते हो.
मुझे तो लगा कि F4 का तो पॉन कैसे मर ही रहा है अपना यार.
मतलब आप समझ लो अगर मैं ये पॉन मार लूं तो मैं जीत जाऊंगा क्योंकि ये ऑलरेडी इसके लिए की स्क्वायर्स ये 3 है.
पर वो दोनों पॉन मर ही रहे हैं यार. कोई
हाँ
भी आप-
एग्जैक्टली. तो अब सोचो, ये तो मतलब इट हैज कम टू अ सिचुएशन वेयर यू आर इन ट्रबल.
आई थिंक F5 खेलना चाहिए.
F5.
किंग
पर
G5.
पता नहीं समथिंग लाइक दैट कि वी हैव टू, मतलब दोनों पॉन मर रहे हैं बट उसमें अपने को किंग को ऐसे डिस्प्लेस कर देना है.
कि अपने को अपोजिशन और वो सब अपने आप सही हो जाए.
हाँ,
पर
draw
वही
मिल
ना,
जाए.
मान लो आप F5 भी करते हो, वो मारेगा किंग G5, अपने को मिल गया किंग G1 से डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन.
दूसरा पॉन खा जाएगा और आके
King F1
वी कैन
करेंगे.
होल्ड अ ड्रॉ आई थिंक.
इफ यू
पर वो की स्क्वायर में भी है ना अपने पॉन के.
अगर की स्क्वायर में है तो की स्क्वायर ट्रम्प्स ऑपोजिशन. रिमेंबर दिस, की स्क्वायर इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल थिंग.
ओ यार मैंने ये एक्चुअली सॉल्व कर लिया था. द फर्स्ट मूव इज G6.
G6, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
G6
so dumb. I don't know why I didn't follow it up.
G6.
मैंने खेला G6 लेकिन आगे मैं फिर कंफ्यूज हो गया.
G6.
King 6, King G6, King G2.
Now is
No,
K square
if
shifted.
I take here king G6, then it's a draw because I just
Yeah.
hold this pawn
Ah.
and it's over. It's a draw.
Okay,
So
if you take with the pawn,
yeah,
then also I think like I push.
No, now
side,
King
then I push
H1,
F5.
King H2.
No, I think F5. No.
King H2, this is what I did and he defeated me. He said that he came to King G4, so he got the.
Ruk.
I think
F5.
F5, yeah.
beautiful.
yaar.
So the main point of this entire exercise is to push the black pawn forward so the key squares come nearer to the white king.
अरे wow.
Now, guys, what should white play? Very important move.
King G2.
Think, yaar, think.
Sorry,
Come on.
sorry.
Come on, you can find it. सोच के.
ओए भाई King G1.
Why?
क्योंकि फिर वो आएगा King G4 तो अपन King G2 आके ऑपोजिशन ले सकते हैं.
Very good. If I go king G5,
तो क्या हो गया? डरते हैं क्या हम? King
बोलो.
G2.
King G.
king G2, king F, king
नहीं King
G4.
G2 नहीं, King G2 नहीं, sorry.
King F.
King F2 पे तो वो आ जाएगा King F1.
King F1.
King F1, very important move, and now you can't sit on that pawn in order to keep the opposition, and wherever you go, you will take the opposition. Draw. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, guys, here
hate
it's.
chess. I hate it.
But it was everyone was quite close, but
और ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट है ना. ये अभी एक बार याद हो
बहुत
गया तो
ज्यादा.
याद हो गया.
क्या?
ये अब इफ दिस अगर याद कर लेंगे ना, ये तो बहुत हेल्प हो जाएगा अपना
Right.
एंड
भाई
गेम में.
बहुत, मतलब ये चेस में इतना ज्यादा चांस रहता है ना ऑपोजिशन, मतलब तुम हरा के भी लास्ट मोमेंट पे साला एक बार थोड़ा कुछ कर दिया जीत गया.
हाँ ना, कुछ भी हो सकता है. लास्ट
Okay.
में ब्लंडर हो सकता है.
Guys,
From the
this
Duras.
one is very complicated because you will get a rook and a king. I will have only king, but the rule is that you can move the rook only one time in the game. Only one time. That is the last mating move.
वाओ.
ठीक है? Otherwise, you cannot move. So you have to play with your king. White to play, you have to play with your king. You can't play with your rook. Only one move is allowed, and that can be the last move.
कहाँ पे मैं गेम ओवर दिखा रहा है?
नहीं शुरू हुआ ना?
या आ गया. अरे ये आपने बहुत पहले एक बार दिया था, याद है?
हाँ.
सबको ही दिया था
But
भाई,
now
सबको
you
दिया था.
understand the concept of opposition here, distant opposition and everything, and try to figure this out.
भाई apart from 3 squares, like even if we are odd number of squares apart, we have opposition, right?
Sorry?
Like it's not only for 3 squares, right? Even if we are
Yes.
5 squares away, we
On
still
the
have
same
opposition.
file, same color, if you can move, it's opposition.
ठीक है.
यार ये मेरा
कौन खेल रहा है भाई इतना तेजी से?
मैंने हक दिया। यार सागर यार,
नहीं, आप तीनों ने मिस्टेक कर दिया है।
हाँ
तो
क्या?
तो हाँ, खेलो अब समय।
ये नहीं हो सकता, सॉरी।
ये मैंने ये गलती कर दिया यार।
सेम।
मेरे को A3 जाना था, शिट गलत खेल दिया। माय बैड।
डू यू वांट
सॉरी
टू
सागर
ट्राई
भाई।
वन मोर? ए
हाँ
बाय
भाई।
बाय, ये क्या है? चेक।
आई थिंक
मैं
आई
तो
कैन
अब
डू
मेट
इट।
ही
मेरे
करूंगा
को
भाई,
भी
रुको
A3
रुको
जाना
अभी।
था यार।
नो
नहीं
रूल्स
नहीं
हियर।
नहीं, फिर से
ओके
ट्राई
ओके
टू
सही।
सॉल्व दिस अगेन।
रीमैच?
हाँ, नहीं, रीमैच होगा तो यही पोजीशन से होगा।
आई होप सो।
नहीं नहीं, आई सेट दिस
फ्रॉम
अगेन।
पोजीशन है ना, फ्रॉम पोजीशन लिखा है, रीमैच करो आप।
रीमैच का बटन ही नहीं है।
अच्छा।
दोबारा भेजो ना।
हाँ, आई सेंड।
आई एम सागर शाह, चेस वन, साइमल, साइमल में।
But do you understand how important distant opposition is?
या
यस।
But now you will
बट वी
learn.
डोंट अंडरस्टैंड डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन, दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम।
Now you will learn another concept here, uh, which is distant opposition से सिर्फ कुछ नहीं, मतलब you cannot, let's say I'll keep moving back and forth. You need to think more that what is the value of opposition. Opposition is like money, I would say.
इट कांट बाय हैप्पीनेस।
It can't buy, I mean, on its own, there is no value. You have to buy something.
And if you want to buy some face products, guys, you know where to go. Sagar bhai, did you just say that you're going to teach us distant opposition and then tell us how it is not everything? Did I hear you right?
Sorry.
You just said that, right? Okay, now you're teaching us distant opposition. After this, you'll teach us how it's not everything.
हाँ, मतलब it is not that. You will learn कि there is.
सागर भाई एक चीज बता, सच सच,
Hmm.
the more you learn chess, the less enjoyable it is. Is this true or false?
I had told once in a stream, no, with you. I had said that you can either enjoy or you can improve or something like that.
Oh my God,
I've sent the link.
we have joined.
Also, like the lesser the pieces, the more complicated it gets, yaar.
I think your mindset has to change. That's the only thing.
Sorry. My
नहीं,
bad.
वैसे नहीं. Like you have to just get into that groove of endgames. ये वैभव, you made the move already, yeah?
Yeah.
You are sure already you thought कि कैसे दिखता है?
Yeah.
यार ये कैसे करेंगे यार?
अरे यार मेरे को तो वो क्रेजी सीन्स हो रहे हैं, मेरे दिमाग में ऐसे ऐसे हो रहा है मेरे को, तारे जमीन पर हो रहा है मेरे को। हो गया भाई। भाई 2-3 बार अगर मूव करने दोगे तो मैं कर दूंगा भाई।
नहीं, एक ही बार.
समझ गया मैं। क्या सागर भाई, प्री मूव?
नहीं, मैंने गलती से मूव कर दिया था, तो मुझे लगा कि आपने मूव कर दिया है, बट हाँ. समय is still thinking.
सॉरी।
Now they are understanding, yeah? A little bit by bit. Biswa full form में. Nice.
Oh.
खेला आपने?
Yes.
Ah, nice. If I go here, you will meet me, so I'll come here. Well done, Biswa, well done.
Crazy.
ये फंस गया.
कौन भाई?
अरे भाई निकल गया किंग.
वैभव, आपके साथ मेरा किंग अभी डांस करेगा. आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. My king will keep following your king. Oops! Oh, I blundered.
Woohoo!
Yeah, nice. ए क्या कर रहे हो यार?
इंक्रीमेंट है कि नहीं?
अरे चेक था डायरेक्ट. ये टिपिकल समय. Well done. Okay, can we just go back to the boards? Vaibhav, that's a draw now. My king is out, so you can't do it, mate. So here,
भाई कैसा सड़ा मुंह बना हुआ है यार. ये ऑपोजिशन 4 साल से सीख रहा हूँ यार. मुझे बार बार फिसल जाता है साला किंग.
so the thing is, what did you learn? One thing which was very important in this. You learned
Nice.
distant opposition, but there was one more.
You have to outflank.
वेरी गुड.
Kind of.
आउटफ्लैंकिंग. क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे तुमने डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन लिया. व्हेन आई वेंट हियर यू अगेन टुक डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन. बट नाउ डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन ऑन इट्स ओन, इफ यू कीप मूविंग यू विल गो क्रेजी. सो यू हैव टू आउटफ्लैंक एट द राइट टाइम. And then when he goes again here, let's say, you then once again take distant of, don't let the king go out this way. Then when he goes here, you can again now take distant opposition, but on its own, as we have decided, as we have seen, it's pointless. So you have to outflank once again. And now you can, now don't play king b4, yeah, because king b4 blunder, I get opposition. Now you can never win. I'll just keep following you everywhere, and the moment you go, I'll move out as well with you. So here, very important is to
King c5.
king c5. Keep on, when he's on the a file, you can go on the c file. The moment he comes to the b file, careful, opposition. Now he went to the a file,
King
you can
c6.
outflank. So
b6.
opposition on its own is not the main thing. Either you outflank, okay, or you get to the key squares. I mean, basically outflanking is one of the main motives of opposition. Last position, and now if you have understood distant opposition, you will be able to solve this. बहुत अच्छा position. This is one of my favorite ones.
I've been waiting for many years to find a position that's not Sagar Shah's favorite.
Okay, so you are white, I'm black. You have 5 minutes again, and no increment. And
समय क्या चल रहा है?
I can't do it. So I can't. It's an invalid position that I have. So it says you cannot host it. So I will give you directly from here because it's an illegal position. It doesn't allow me. So I'll put it on the board, and you guys can directly solve it from. You can't play it.
How will we solve illegal positions, bhai?
So this is the point now.
Oh,
Can you see it?
acha.
Do you know this?
No. I just understood why it's illegal.
अरे pawn तो दो.
हाँ, कोई pawn नहीं है. You are white, ठीक है? Here, all of you are white. Your aim is to beat my king and reach f8 or h8. Either one of these two squares.
सर एक सेकंड मेरे एक चीज बताइए इलीगल क्यों है?
अरे क्योंकि सेटअप क्या करके करे
वो ड्रॉ ही दे
करेगा
देते हैं ना डायरेक्ट. इसके लिए वो सेटअप करके खेलने नहीं दे रहे. वो बोलेंगे ड्रॉ ही है. तो
क्या बोला आपने क्या करना है कि हम लोग सब white है और क्या?
you are all white and your king has to reach either this square f8 or h8. One of these two squares you have to reach. My aim as my king is to block your king.
Okay.
Thank
अच्छा
you
यही
all
पे सॉल्व करना है
IPW
क्या?
law. हाँ, आप तीनों मिलके tell the move. I will play with black. This is the last position of the day.
बेसिकली हमको वहां जाके आउटफ्लैंक करना है ना किंग को. तो अभी अपने को वो चाहिए फिर डिस्टेंट ऑपोजिशन.
अरे आउट फ्लैंक क्या करना? वो तो सीधा सीधा जाएगा ना. वो तो
अरे-
सीधा जाके f8 g8 h8 पहुंच जाएगा.
कौन सा आपका किंग? व्हाइट का किंग?
नहीं ब्लैक का किंग.
नहीं, व्हाइट हैज टू रीच.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't have to reach. If I reach, then I can easily reach. But I have to stop you. That is my main aim. White king has to reach either f8 or h8. Black's aim is to stop that king. If white king reaches f8 or h8, then white wins.
I think king a2 first.
Very, very important to take distant opposition. Okay.
He'll go king b8.
Yeah.
Then I go king b2.
Are you agreeing?
Nah.
Yeah, distant opposition.
So Vaibhav says king b2. Samay?
I think king b3 is better.
हेलो हाँ नो किंग बी 2 इज फाइन राइट.
King b3 is a blunder after king b7. I have the opposition, and now wherever you will go, I'll keep following you. Do anything.
Okay, got
Let's
it.
say you
Got
go
it,
here,
got it,
I
got
go
it,
here.
got it.
You go here, I go
Got
here.
it,
You
got
go
it,
here,
got
I
it.
go here.
Understood.
You go here, I
Understood.
come here.
समझ
Khatam.
गया.
Matlab, then you can never. I will just mirror you everywhere.
Got it.
Okay, so king, what will you play?
b2.
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 Very important move. Distant opposition. Okay, I go king. Now if I go king a8, here I am lost because the
King
main
C3.
aim is that you have to reach here. So I have to, I go here.
c8 c2.
किंग C2.
I go here.
किंग D2.
I go here.
अभी क्या करते रहेंगे? यही करते रहेंगे तो कैसे पहुंचेंगे?
अरे वहां पहुंच के फ्लैंक करेंगे ना.
जी पे पहुंचेंगे और उसको आगे आना पड़ेगा तब
हाँ.
अपने
अच्छा तो
H2
उससे
के बाद
पहले
नहीं
नहीं
आ
पहुंच रहे हैं हम. कैसे भी पहुंचेंगे तो चलेगा.
यस यस.
हाँ, पहले नहीं, कितनी बार बिस्वा ऐसे ब्लैक का नहीं है मेन एम.
रेस नहीं है भाई ये.
समझ गया. ये सब पहले बोलने का ना. हाँ
g2.
किंग H8.
हाँ किंग f3.
नहीं h2
नहीं किंग H2 ना.
क्यों भाई?
अब
अरे
वो
ऑपोजिशन लेंगे ना अभी अपन.
भाई ऑपोजिशन लेके क्या करोगे
तब
भाई?
अरे अभी वापस आएंगे पूरा वापस आएंगे फिर वापस
अरे
आएंगे.
नहीं
तो बोला किंग f3 क्यों
अरे
नहीं?
h3 g2 नहीं
अरे यार थोड़ा तो वॉक करो यार.
यहाँ पे वैभव इज सेइंग G2 नहीं H3.
नहीं h3 भी नहीं.
H3 पे तो किंग H7 आएगा ना भाई. अरे तो इससे पहले ही करना पड़ेगा कुछ बिफोर किंग कम्स बैक.
ओके
वही तो मैं बोल रहा था,
अपने
king
को
h3
वहां
वहां
पहुंचना
बोलो.
है.
अरे मैं थोड़ा फिटनेस में मूड में हूं ना आजकल.
अगर वहां पहुंचना है तो इसके लिए
भाई अब तो नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे ना. अब तो या तो किंग वापस जाना पड़ेगा यार भाई पूरा. और कुछ
भाई
दिख
जहाँ
रहा है?
पे वहाँ
ओए
पे.
किंग G2.
किंग g2.
अरे मिल गया ना. अब
हाँ,
फ्लैंक
now
करेंगे
king
ना.
H3.
किंग H3.
King
आप flank नहीं आप फ्लैंक कर सकते ना h3. हाँ
हाँ फ्लैंक.
Okay, and if I went king H8,
Then king f3.
तो f3.
very nice. Let's say I go here.
किंग
King
G3.
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 किंग
H4.
F3.
F3
हाँ और H4.
But if you go king F3, king G7,
Yes.
king G3, king f7, you will have to finally outflank.
Yeah. No, if the game has increment, you can do that, no, to get time.
अरे चुप रहना साला, गलत मूव बोल के बाद में पका रहे रात को 11:30 बजे बुड्ढा लोग के साथ बैठ के पका नहीं।
Wait, now
तेरे को तेरे उम्र का दोस्त वोस्त नहीं है क्या समय? हम बुड्ढे लोग के साथ रात को
समय ने उसके एज के सारे लोगों को एलिमिनेट कर दिया वो दिन।
इस दिन
कौन सा
इवेंट पे गया क्या?
कौन सा है, क्या इवेंट का नाम था सागर भाई?
बीकेके
किंग h5 किंग g5 भाई, and now king f6
यस।
and now king e7
क्या?
अरे
हाँ?
यार ये क्या है?
king g6 sorry
मतलब एक्चुअली समय को कुछ भी सिखा के कोई मतलब ही नहीं, क्योंकि वो लास्ट मिनट पे आके वो ब्लंडर स्टेलमेट या वो ही करेगा। Outflank. So the main concept here to understand is that at the right, you needed to outflank at the right file. You cannot outflank here. If you outflank here, this is a blunder.
yeah,
Why can't you outflank here? King e3.
because it's a blunder भाई.
Because
यहाँ
now
पास
I go king g7, and you see, if I can make a rectangle with all the same colors, I have opposition now. Now you can never cross over to the f file. See, if you go king e4, king g6, king e5, king here. The main thing is you needed to reach f8, not e8. So outflanking on the wrong file will lead to problems. But when you outflank on the right file, like here, king g2, king h8, and now you outflank. So अब अगर मैं opposition, even if I take in this rectangle, it doesn't matter, because your main aim is to reach f8, and I couldn't stop you.
Got it.
So outflanking on the right file is very important. Okay, guys. So this was today, and I just want to revise this, everything that we have done in 1 minute, so that you all can keep this in mind.
एंड गेम डीप डिवे।
Why do I look like Nazi here भाई?
अब तो यही दिखते हो ना सुप्रीम लीडर। Okay, so here today we learned 4 things: basic defense, pawn on the 6th rank, opposition, and key squares. ठीक है? Basic defense, you know that the king should go back in front of the pawn. यहाँ पे don't, here it's okay if you go to f6, but it's bad technique. Going behind the pawn is the best. Pawn on the 6th rank, opposition is of paramount importance when pawn is on the 6th rank. You need to take the opposition here. ठीक है? When the pawn is on 6th rank, you have to take the opposition. Pawn in the 6th rank, exception. A big exception is with the knight pawn, where stalemating ideas crop up. And of course rook pawn also, but rook pawn we are not discussing at all. Rook pawn has its own drawing tendencies. Opposition, these are the different types of opposition: vertical, horizontal, diagonal, you learned, and distant opposition. When the kings are in the same file and also on the same color squares, it is distant opposition. So king a2 is distant opposition.
Sagar, king a2 is not distant opposition, right?
Here distant opposition.
Achha, sorry, same white color. Yeah. Good.
And the main aim of opposition is never to just keep it, it's to outflank. Key squares, sorry, here for pawns on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rank, key squares are found after leaving one rank, not one rank छोड़ के, these are the key squares. So for e3 it is d4, e4, d5, e5, f5. For e4 it is d6, e6, f6. But when the pawn is on the 5th rank, we have 6 key squares. And when the pawn goes on the 6th rank, then instead of key squares, we have opposition as the main concept. Sorry भाई लोग.
अरे नहीं नहीं, मेरे को तो मजा आया भाई, ये बुढ़े लोग का सोने का टाइम हो गया अभी, मैं तो
नहीं
करूंगा
मेरे को
अभी.
तो मजा आया.
बहुत बढ़िया.
लोग सब लोग इतना दुखी, कितना खुशी खुशी आया था स्टार्ट में, सब लोग हंस रहे थे, मजाक कर रहे थे.
उस टाइम पे शो शुरू होता है ना हम लोग का, अभी इस टाइम पे शो खत्म हो जाता है.
I just want to be the brand ambassador of not fun. That's what I want to promote. That chess is not fun. Every time you play chess, you just get progressively sadder. It's never you're like, wow, chess खेला यार मजा आया. If you win, you're like एक और कराते, then you lose. If you lose, then you're like एक और कराते, then you lose. You
Especially
only
when
stop.
बहुत बहुत मेहनत करके आदमी एक ओपनिंग सीखेगा, उसका 4 वेरिएशन सीखेगा और पता चलेगा ओफ
भाई
7 और है.
भाई ऐसा होता है कि
27 और.
1600 आते ही ना ऐसा लगता है कि और एक जीत लेते, और एक जीत लेते, सीमेंट हो जाएगा, फिर 1600 से गिरेंगे नहीं, उस चक्कर में हार जाते हैं, फिर 1596, फिर वापस शुरू 1580, फिर वापस 1600, और एक जीत जाते, 1610 आते, फिर वापस गिर जाते.
भाई
This is
100
all
पॉइंट
that's
बढ़ाने
happening.
में 100 पॉइंट बढ़ाने में 1 साल लगते हैं यार, गंवाने में 1 घंटे में चला जाता है भाई. भाई ऐसा ऐसा फास्ट रेटिंग, लूजिंग रेटिंग शुड नॉट बी दिस फास्ट. इतना मतलब कभी ऐसा लगता है कि 1300 तो कब का क्रॉस कर लिया तुम, 1600, एंड वन डे यू मॉर्निंग यू वेक अप एंड विद इन 1 hour यू आर 1300 अगेन. ओके.
आई थिंक chess.com को ये फीचर डालना चाहिए ना, आप जब 6वां-7वां गेम नॉन स्टॉप हार जाओ ना, dude what is wrong with you? Like there should be a pop up, what is wrong with you?
Go and meditate. But
Take a
I
break.
think now
Have a
if
sip
you
of
guys
water.
come to 1300, you will reach 1400 very quickly, I guess. At matlab that day maybe not, but next day.
1300 we will never reach, but that's just rock bottom, I think. That is when you quit.
ब्रदर
What's your ratings, Biswa? Don't tell me it's
मैंने
1300.
आज 1600 है, बट मैं 2 बार 1300 जाके वापस आ चुका हूँ. जिस दिन सुबह उठ के पहला गेम हारा ना, then 1200 is also not impossible.
But is it true that you have been only playing 2 games every day, so you lose less rating?
No. Typically when I lose 2-3 games, I just stop. After that, I don't play. But if I'm winning, then I keep playing.
I
That's
lost.
why you play 2 games every day.
Yeah, if you play longer games, I think 2-3 से ज्यादा खेलना भी मुश्किल है थोड़ा. I think I lost 10 games back to back अभी. 10 games. 10 गेम हारा. And
बाप रे.
by the 6th or 7th game, I was like, यार फिर तो नहीं हार सकता यार. फिर हार जाता है. And then again I was like, यार फिर तो नहीं हार सकता है यार.
अरे तुम लोग को ऐसा होता है कि जिस दिन तुम जीत रहे होते हो ना, उस दिन मोमेंटम ऐसा रहता है कि सारा क्वीन ब्लंडर करने के बाद ओपोनेंट को और कॉन्फिडेंस में खेल खेल के हरा भी देते हो. ऐसा होता है कि तुमको लगता है कि लक इज गोइंग ऑन माय साइड, लाइक यू ब्लंडर द क्वीन एंड देन समहाउ आफ्टर 2 मूव्स अरे साला चेकमेट हो रहा है.
I think
And it's
like
just don't win.
when you play the move also has an indication of how confidently you're playing, na, though it can intimidate the opponent. I think it does. I mean, although it's offline, it's online, but there's still a level of confidence to play in it.
या मोमेंटम तो रहता ही है, आई फील कि मतलब कोई कोई दिन रहता है वो कि भाई आज एक दिन 7-4-5 जीत गए एक साथ, और अगले दिन सीधा थर्ड मूव पे फोर्क हो गया भाई, नाइट और बिशप.
Yeah, and then you can feel the frustration of the opponent when he has a completely winning position and you're just irritating. एक एक कुछ इधर उधर करके and finally वो कुछ ब्लंडर कर देता है जो फास्ट रेजिग्नेशन मारता है ना, वो कि इसके साथ बात ही नहीं कर, फुट से कट लेता है.
आपको कभी गालियां पड़ते कैसे रैंडम लोगों से फॉर नॉट रिजाइनिंग?
बंद करके रखता हूँ.
अच्छा चैट बंद करके रखता हूँ. मेरे को क्या क्रेजी, मैं तो फुल फाइट करता हूँ. इनफैक्ट आई फील कि अपने को एक एक्सचेंज दे ही देना चाहिए शुरू में, क्योंकि फिर एक रीजन रहता है खेलने का, एक प्लान रहता है क्लियर कि भाई अब अपने को एक्सचेंज नहीं करना है कुछ भी, वरना कोई प्लान ही नहीं रहता है ना. तो उस चक्कर में दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव स्टार्टेड
भाई इम्बैलेंस थियरी में प्लानिंग सीखा है.
अरे वो आना पड़ेगा मेरे को, अटेंड नहीं किया है
बहुत सही है. इम्बैलेंस थ्योरी सीखने के बाद ना मैं 1400 में अटक ही गया हूँ.
हाँ गिर नहीं रहा हूँ. तो ये 10 गेम हारा बट बैक वापस. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है, आई थिंक फर्स्ट टाइम अगेन लाइक आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग व्हाइल अभी ऐसे आई एम प्लेइंग डिफरेंटली. मतलब आई एम नॉट डूइंग द जस्ट व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू. आई एम नाउ थिंकिंग डिफरेंटली एटलीस्ट, एंड आई डिड लूज बट लाइक दैट हैपेंस वंस यू ट्राई टू इनकॉर्पोरेट समथिंग न्यू.
But Vaibhav, you first said you lost 10 games और अभी आप ये बोल रहे हो.
अभी तो एंड गेम से जाना है वैभव, तो 1100 नॉट इम्पॉसिबल.
चलेगा. 11 से बहुत टफ है
भाई एंड गेम सीख के तो देख।
हाँ एंड गेम एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना कि अपने 1 पॉइंट तक पहुंचते ही कितनी बार
नहीं पहुंचते भाई, ये जो भी मतलब
बहुत
ये सब वो अच्छी स्टोरीज नहीं होती कि
तेरी
जो
ये
बचपन में
तेरी
सिखाते हैं फिर कभी आता नहीं वो।
ये वाली चीज है ना।
एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छे प्लेयर्स जो है ना, लाइक उन लोगों को क्या होता है ना कि हर एक पीस पे चार्ज एंड डिफेंड कर रहे हैं, चार्ज एंड मतलब अटैक कर रहे हैं, और सब ये सब पूरा देर चलता रहता है। तो उनके अल्टीमेटली सब चीज एक एक करके एक्सचेंज होते हैं और एक पॉन बच जाता है कि देख उसने एक पॉन जीत लिया। जैसे सागर बहुत बार ऐसा सीओबी के कमेंट्री में गलती से बोल देते ना, अरे ये पॉन जीत लिया, नाउ इट्स विनिंग।
No, but I'll
वैभव
tell you
मेट इन
one.
वन से बिशप ब्लंडर कर रहा है जोएल के अगेंस्ट, क्या भाई
I'll
अपना
tell you
एंड
one
गेम।
thing which is very important is that endgame thinking is slightly different than normal thought process, and it is important to develop this kind of thinking. आप लोग वो thinking को develop करोगे ना तो you will be able to play other phases better. Here just try to think, right now this opposition outflanking, also that example which I had given जहाँ पे 2 pawns you have to sacrifice, so you knew key squares but you have to use that knowledge in practical sense and draw that game. This is something which you have not done in chess. You either know theory and you play opening, or tactics you calculate. It's all intuitive.
Yeah.
This is slightly different. It is less intuitive, it is also more knowledge based. So it is a part of chess.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
मेरे को लगता है
like
कि हाँ मेरे को लगता है कि एंड गेम में बेसिकली मिडिल गेम में ना मेनी ऑफ द मूव्स आर फोर्स्ड, बट एंड गेम में टू सी ओपोनेंट्स मूव बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज मान लो दो किंग ऐसा दूर दूर है, देर विल कैलकुलेट 3 moves बट द एक्चुअल रिजल्ट इज लाइक वो H8 पे पहुंचेगा फिर वापस आएगा फिर इधर से जाएगा फिर वहां से आएगा, तो 20 मूव डीप है। सो उसके लिए
Yeah.
ओपोनेंट का बेस्ट मूव समझ ही नहीं आता है, हम खेल के देखते हैं कि क्या खेलेगा देखो, फिर अकॉर्डिंगली विल रिस्पॉन्ड।
और
But-
मिड गेम में ऐसा भी रहता है कि देयर आर एटलीस्ट 10 5 6 गुड मूव समवेयर कि A3 भी सही है, H3 भी सही है, नाइट भी सही है, इधर की एक किंग इधर ले लिया और खत्म फिर
खत्म।
पूरा।
इधर आप अगर रेगुलरली ये करोगे ना तो योर कैलकुलेशन विल ऑल्सो इम्प्रूव. यू माइट थिंक दैट इट इज लेस पीसेस बट इट विल इम्प्रूव. अभी मेनी टाइम्स यू मेक अ मूव एंड यू आर लाइक व्हाट विल यू प्ले, यू आस्क मी, बट नाउ यू विल थिंक ऑन योर ओन व्हाट विल ही डू. सो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू डेवलप दैट.
मैं तो किंग पॉन में रॉय ऑफर कर देता हूँ कि भाई ना तेरा ना मेरा खत्म कर दे, रेटिंग इक्वल रहे दोनों का, यहाँ तक आए तो।
बट ये खेल के थोड़ा और बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है क्या, लाइक वी डिड टुडे प्लेइंग.
या
यस दैट वाज वेरी गुड
हाँ.
एक्चुअली फर्स्ट टाइम आई हैड टू थिंक, अगर आप वो रुक वाला समझाते ना तो मैं हाँ हाँ करके निकल जाता।
हाँ, correct. So I think playing is better in endgame.
Yes,
And
yes,
then there will be even more like rook endgame, Philidor, Lucina, जो आपको लगता है कि कभी आता ही नहीं है, that you may have to play.
वो क्लास मुझे पहले से बोल देना भाई, उस दिन मैं बाहर जाऊंगा खाने के लिए।
चलो गाइस आई हैव टू गो,
या
सी यू बट
टेक केयर
Thank
भाई, हैव
you.
योर मेडिसिन्स, बाय बाय। ऐसे
दूध पी
फैमिली
के
में
सो जा साले
दूध पी के
बच्चे।
बीपी की दवाई खा लो भाई। चलो चलो बाय बाय, टेक केयर यार।
Bye bye. Bye Sagar.
Bye,
Bye,
Vaibhav.
bye.
Thank you for coming.
ये क्या हो गया भाई वो के साथ? वो क्या हुआ लास्ट में, देखा कैसे ऐसे 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 वो
वो चले गए क्योंकि वो ये है ना स्क्रीन शेयर की है.
ओ भाई रुक रुको रुको रुको। ये तो क्रेजी को मैं डैब करता हूँ इस तरफ।
ओ ये अच्छा है.
भाई इससे पीसी खराब नहीं होता है क्या?
अरे नहीं भाई.
भाई कब तक ये तो जा ही रहा है, अभी एंडलेस है ये तो।
हाँ, it will keep on going
अरे भाई साहब,
till infinity.
ऑलराइट, सी यू भाई।
भाई did you enjoy?
ओह बहुत मजा आया भाई। ऑल्सो क्लास वाज ऑल्सो नाइस। चलो भाई, अब मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई। भाई क्रेजी इफेक्ट है यार, ये क्या इफेक्ट है यार, ये कोई ग्राफिक डिजाइनर नहीं बना सकता है भाई, ये जो है।
कुछ ऐसा अलग करो ना जिससे एकदम ही फनी होगा.
क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, ऐसे हाथ डाल सकते हैं इधर। ये ब्लैक स्क्रीन ही हो गया ना।
अभी चला गया समय. Okay, guys, that is the end of today's session. And yeah, thank you all for wishing me in advance. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'll turn 32 years old. Uh, Not like super exciting or anything like that, but yeah, I'll try to spend time tomorrow with my family, with Amruta, few of the people who are important to me. And then at night, I will also spend time with people who are important to me. That is you guys. I'll be streaming the Tata Steel chess with Vidit taking on Magnus Carlsen. And I also want to introduce something very interesting tomorrow. It's my birthday, and I wanted to launch a new something. Uh, it's very interesting, and I'll do it tomorrow during the commentary session. So I'll do that. And thank you so much, everyone, for attending. Yes, Amruta is also family for sure. I am. I hope that you like this Endgame series, the start of it, and I hope you learned. Please let me know in the chat. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did you learn something new? I'm very grateful to Samay, Biswa, and Vaibhav for sparing time today and trying to learn this. I think it is important somehow. Maybe if they can one more time check it, those who have not understood can see it again, will be very useful. Dandeep Lodaya, thank you for your birthday wishes. Also, Joy Datta, thank you for your super chat saying Sagar bhai birthday के दिन midnight stream तो बनता है. नहीं कल करेंगे, we'll do it. I'll be there. So tomorrow anyway I have a stream. Swagata Sarkar, thank you for your super chat. Mojo Jojo, such fun sessions. Keep them coming. Thank you, Mojo Jojo. Ankit Israni says reunion after a long time. Happy vibes. Yeah, it was wonderful having all of them here. And I don't know how many episodes this will be, but I want to do pawn endgames for at least 2, 3 more. Then move on to knight, bishop, rook, queen versus pawn, some queen endgames, and make sure that we are able to make a very good sort of training here for all of you and also for Biswa, Vaibhav, and Samay. Thank you all for your wishes. Very, very kind of you to wish me. And since I think now it has been 2 birthdays since I've been streaming actively, 2020 was already, I was not streaming at that point in January, but 2021 and now 22, uh, I'll be spending with you guys. So thank you very much. And yeah. Ketan Anand, thank you. Happy birthday. Bhai. Today's lesson was awesome. Thank you, Ketan. That was very nice to know. Tried to break it down. And also, I felt like passive learning sometimes does not help. Like many times at night, you get tired and you say, yeah, fine, that's. So I wanted them to play. And it was very nice that we could do this simul thing on leeches. So it was nice. Waiting for Rook plus Bishop versus Rook. Ayush Dogra. Ayush, I have it already on Endgame on Chessbase India. So, Rocking Rudy, thank you, and so many people. Indrajit Patil, Paurush Gupta, Devesh Vaishnav, and yeah, thank you all. I'll see you all tomorrow, and until then, thank you all for your wishes. Bye bye. Good night.